Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Breeders' Cup Challenge Win and You're In Series, Claiborne Farm, Darby Dan Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Endeavor Farm, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Quillen Leather and Tack, Spendthrift Farm, Thoroughbred Owner Conference, and Windstar Farm.
Hi everyone, I'm Caton Bredar filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring 5 graded turf stakes from Woodbine, including the latest victory by a champion mare in the Grade 1 Woodbine Mile. We begin with 2-year-olds at Churchill Downs in the Grade 3 Iroquois Stakes. Not this time the 9-5 favorite. Travis Stone has the call.
Blame Will in front. Thirst for Life cranks up the pressure, though. Here's Thirst for Life putting in a bid. And Recruiting Ready is poised right there in the outside while third. Not this time is 4 wide on the far turn, getting into it from fourth. Honor Thy Father set to strike in behind while fifth. Looking at Lee is sixth. And from the back, Just Move On started to make some progress. Top of the stretch now. Recruiting Ready comes off the turn and takes lead away. But on the outside, Not This Time is rallying and is rallying to the lead. It's Not This Time in front by 3. Not This Time by 4. Recruiting Ready left behind in second, farther back looking at Lee and Honor Thy Father, but with a 16th to go, Not This Time finishing full of run in the Iroquois, wins by 6.
Not This Time rallies from last to defeat Lookin' at Lee officially by 8 1/4 lengths. Robbie Alvarado aboard in 1:45 1. Fifth on debut at Churchill Downs, the Dale Romans trainee was coming off a 10-length maiden victory at Ellis Park. The colt by Giants Causeway was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Albaugh Family Stable, and is a half-brother to multiple Grade 1 winner Liam's Map. Not This Time has earned $114,000. Access Thoroughbred Week replays every Saturday on Thoroughbred Daily News at thetdn.com. 2-year-old fillies at Churchill Downs in the Grade 2 Pocahontas Stakes. Dream Dancing, the 5-2 favorite. Once again, here's Travis Stone.
4.5 furlongs to go, and Bling on the Music showing the way. Jetaway Sue continues to prompt the pace on the outside in second. 2.5 lengths back. I'm Lucky's Girl still third down toward the rail. Sully's Dream continues in the clear while fourth. Jordan's Henny is running along in fifth. Daddy's Little Darlin' is sixth. Dream Dancing has been moved to the far outside seventh. She's on the move now. 5 more lengths back to Ever So Clever and 3 more back to 131. Round the far turn, Bling on the Music is still the leader. The half was 47 2/5 seconds. Dream Dancing is rocketing up on the far outside, and Daddy's Little Darling is moving with her. They're now second and third and coming after Bling on the Music as they turn for home. It's Bling on the Music in front by 1. Daddy's Little Darling driving second. Dream Dancing third and outside, and Ever So Clever is weaving about in behind in fourth with 1 furlong left. Daddy's Little Darling has come on to take the lead. Bling on the Music is back into second. Ever So Clever finishing fast with 100 yards to go, but Daddy's Little Darling got the jump opened up. Ever So Clever with a final surge. Here's the wire. Daddy's Little Darling.
Daddy's Little Darling holds off Ever So Clever by half a length. Corey Lannery up in 1:47 flat. Fourth in her first start at Churchill Downs, the Kenny McPeak trainee broke her maiden by 8 lengths at Ellis Park. The filly by Scat Daddy was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Normandy Farm. Daddy's Little Darling has earned $144,000. To Woodbine for 2-year-olds in the Grade 2 Summer Stakes. Conquest Fahrenheit, the 9-10 favorite. Robert Geller picks up the call.
They race inside the 4 furlongs to the 3.5 with on the inside Harlan's Harmony, the out of the filly, the Crack. She's back in front. A length to Conquest Fahrenheit, poised to pounce. On the inside, Channel Maker. 1 to Tis a Slam as they bunch, and now Good Samaritan catching ground. Last as they turn, Conquest Sure Shot into the stretch in the summer. And Harlan's Harmony, the Crack, joined by Conquest Fahrenheit, who's run to the front. Good Samaritan right down the outside, gobbling them up. And Good Samaritan has gone on by very easily. Good Samaritan charging clear. Conquest Fahrenheit in second. Slightly checked was Tis a Slam. But from the back, and Joel Rosario sending Good Samaritan to the Breeders' Cup. What a nice win. Good Samaritan scores by about 2 lengths.
Good Samaritan takes it officially by a length and a half over odds-on favorite Conquest Fahrenheit. Joel Rosario aboard in 1:34 1. The Bill Mott trainee advancing to Graded Stakes Company after breaking his maiden on debut at Saratoga. The colt by Harlan's Holiday was bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm, which is co-owner of the winner along with China Horse Club. Good Samaritan has earned $140,000. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the sales. 2-year-old turf fillies next at Woodbine in the Grade 1 Natalma Stakes. 14 went postward with Red Lodge the 7-2 betting choice. Once again, here's Robert Geller.
Out in front, Will She as they head inside the 5/8 by a length and a half. Red Lodge, Enstone the outside. Then I'll Take the Cake. In the centre, Black Canary's about 4 off the pace. Victory to Victory the outside. One to top of the rail. And then came on the outside Cold Hearted Pearl, and trying to tack onto the main bunches. Beat the benchmark. A long gap the others. About 6 away Lipinski. Then Stormy Perfection. Thora Baba. Erin Commodity. And Conquest Rapaduno is last as they come for the lane in the Natalma Stakes. And it's Red Lodge going up on the outside to take over. Tackled by Black Canary. Enstone, and right down the outside Victory to Victory, and here comes on the extreme outside Stormy Perfection. Stormy Perfection is really coming home strongly. Victory to Victory and Stormy Perfection on the outside. They will settle down to fight this out. Victory to Victory, stubborn as they come, coming away from them, and is going to get the victory in the Natalma. Victory to Victory by 2.5.
7-1 Victory to Victory, the winner by 2.5 lengths over 14-1 Stormy Perfection. Florent Giroux aboard the Thoroughbred in 135-1. With blinkers on, the Mark Cassie trainee breaks her maiden against Grade 1 Stakes Company. 5th on debut at Saratoga, she was coming off a close second-place finish at Woodbine. Victory to Victory has earned $127,000. The filly by exchange rate out of Canadian champion turf mare Point of Grace was bred in Florida by her owner Live Oak Stud. Florida breds, race 'em or chase 'em. There's more racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series.
The best seek fame and fortune. The best is elegance at 120 decibels. The best run all day and party all night. The best are speed, power, and grace. The Breeders' Cup, with 13 championship races and $28 million in purses and awards, the best is yet to come.
Grade 1 winner Data Link by world-renowned sire Warfront. Data Link scored in the prestigious Grade 1 Makers 46 Mile at Keeneland. Then set a new course record in the Grade 2 Monmouth Stakes. With a pedigree free of Mr. Prospector in the first 4 generations, Data Link is the perfect outcross option. His first weanlings turned heads, selling well above the stud fee. Data Link at Claiborne Farm.
And now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. In 1956, a small, feisty horse from Florida named Needles and his owners Jack Dudley and Bonnie Heath shocked the racing world, winning the Kentucky Derby. Needles proved that champions with modest pedigrees could be grown in the Sunshine State, thanks to the limestone-rich soil and spring water. His wild acclaim created the horse capital of the world that we know today. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
Quillen has been providing quality leather goods worldwide since 1982. Our custom halters are handmade in the nation's largest halter shop right here in Paris, Kentucky. From checkbook covers, wallets, and a variety of gift items, or one of our famous handcrafted halter plate belts or work belt, all are hand finished in our leather shop. And for over 30 years, not a lot has changed in the way we do business and the quality of service and products you'll get at Quillen. Quillen Leather and Tack, South Main Street in Paris, or online at quillen.com.
Don't miss your opportunity to attend the next Thoroughbred Owner Conference being held at Santa Anita Park, October 31st through November 3rd, the same week of the 2016 Breeders' Cup Championships. Enjoy a great lineup of speakers and topics, plus be part of the first position draw for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Your conference registration also includes reserved grandstand seating for both days of the Breeders' Cup. The Thoroughbred Owner Conference, October 31st through November 3rd at Santa Anita. Register now at ownerview.com.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 2 Sands Point Stakes coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with fillies in the Grade 3 Charlestown Oaks. Sophia's Song, the 1-5 favorite. Paul Espinoza has the call.
It's Mia Torrey who ran a half in 47 seconds flat, making her way towards the far turn. Quick release, then giddy up. Covey Trace coming with a 4-wide move, and Sophia's Song will need to find somewhere to run. Now being angled out, she's in 5th and still has 5 lengths to make up, but she's coming now. Mia Torrey has found the front. She's 1.5 lengths in front of Covey Trace, who's beginning to close into the gap. Sophia's Song now in the clear in 3rd, but still work to do to get to Mia Torrey, who turns for home in front. Covey Trace is all out. Sophia's Song with the final surge. Mia Torrey trying to steal it. It's Covey Trace and Sophia's Song, a thrilling finish here. Covey Trace won the Charlestown Oaks by a head.
5-2 second choice. Covey Trace gets up to take it officially by a neck over Mia Torrey, who saves place by a nose over odds-on favorite Sophia's Song. Arnaldo Boca Chica aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:26.4. The first stakes victory for Covey Trace, who is coming off a 5 1/4 length score in an optional claimer at Ellis Park. The filly by Stevie Wonderboy was bred in Kentucky by Brereton C. Jones and was a $10,000 Keeneland September yearling. Covey Trace has earned $316,000 for Brooke T. Smith Investments and Denzik Thoroughbreds. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com. To Belmont Park for 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 2 Sands Point Stakes. On Leave, the 3-5 favorite. Larry Colmus has the call.
6 lengths from top to bottom, halfway up the backstretch. On Leave, 3/4 of a length in front. Goes by a half mile in 49 4/5 seconds. He swings up on the outside, and Galileo's Song, and they're into the stretch. On Leave, now set down here. Opens up a length and 3/4 to Elysia's World. On Leave pulling away by 3. Diamond Fields, Elysia's World, and Tintype Gal chasing her home. On Leave's got a 3-length lead close to home here. And On Leave is going to go on to another win, taking the Sands Point.
Odds-on favorite On Leave by Claiborne Farm stallion Warfront takes the field gate to wire to defeat Diamond Fields by 2 3/4 lengths. Jose Ortiz aboard in 1:47.4. The 4th consecutive victory for On Leave, who was last seen winning the Risk-Averse Stakes at Saratoga. The filly was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Stuart S. Janney III, and is a half-sister to 5 stakes winners. On Leave has earned $481,000. Shug McGahee trains the rising turf star. On Leave paid $3.50 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Spendthrift Farm stallion Jimmy Creed, Distorted Humor's most brilliant Grade 1 winning son at stud. Jimmy Creed was well represented by his first yearling at the Keeneland September sale, as Hip 700 became the session-topping filly on day 4 after fetching $385,000. Watch for more yearlings by Jimmy Creed selling at upcoming sales.
And Startup Nation is a very promising colt.
Bolo absolutely annihilated them.
Miss Temple City sharp in the hilltop.
Papa Cool, exploding through under a hand ride here. Very impressive.
Outside of Midway on the old Frankfurt Pike. We will board horses for a number of different clients throughout the United States and Canada. We will focus on breeding mares. We also will be doing sales prep, either for the yearling sales here in Kentucky or for the breeding stock sales also here in the fall and in the early winter. We have our hands on every horse here every day. Endeavor Farm prides itself on being able to give individual care to every animal here.
Ghost Zephyr is pulling away. Ghost Zephyr blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome! York. The premier state-bred program in the United States. When you own a New York bred, your horse can run for more than $44 million in purses, restricted to registered New York breds. And the New York program pays awards to breeders, owners, and stallion owners when their New York breds finish first, second, or third at New York tracks. We have the quality. Day at the spa, all the way. You have the opportunity. New York breds, get with the program. The best program.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Northern Dancer Turf Stakes coming up in this segment. We begin with sprinting fillies and mares in the Grade 2 Presque Isle Downs Masters Stakes. Bird at the Wire, the 7-2 favorite. Ron Mullis picks up the call.
Around the turn, Sarah Sis showing the way. Unbridled Courage in between. Wide Bird at the Wire. Disco Barbie still looking for racing room. Cactus Chris swings outside. Sarah Sis shows them the way as they head down the stretch. Here comes Cactus Chris way outside. Regia Maria, Bar of Gold, and now Living the Life is getting going here. Sarah Sis, here comes Living the Life and Bar of Gold. Sarah Sis, Living the Life, Bar of Gold, Living the Life to the wire. Sarah Sis, it's too close to call.
Sarah Sis holds on to take the photo by a head over two-time Masters winner Living the Life. Florent Giroux aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:16-2. Sarah Sis has won 5 graded stakes at 5 different tracks, but she was outclassed in her last 2 starts in graded stakes company at Saratoga. The 4-year-old filly by Sharp Humor was bred in Kentucky by Dr. Catherine Renee White and originally sold for $10,000 at the Keeneland September yearling sale. A $20,000 OBS June 2-year-old, Sarah Sis has earned $911,000 for Joe Ragsdale. Ingrid Mason trains the winner. Darby Dan Farm Stallion Dialed In, a leading first crop sire in North America in 2016. Dialed In currently sits number 2 on the freshman sires list by earnings and remains number 1 by stakes winners from his first crop, led by Grade 2 Saratoga Special winner Guinevere. Watch for top yearlings by Dialed In selling at upcoming yearling sales. To Woodbine for turf fillies and mares in the Grade 2 Canadian Stakes. Desita, the even money favorite. Robert Geller picks up the call.
They start the run down inside the half mile, and Midnight Miley's lead is 5 lengths. Raina de Barreria is second. They're 3 in front. Then 4 filets strut the course. Up on the outside, running on a bit is Goodyear for Roses. Still tucked away, second last Desita, and Steeper Mark is last. They start the run inside the 5/16 for home in the Canadian Stakes, and they're coming after Midnight Miley now. Midnight Miley turns only a couple in front. Raina de Barreria drifting out, coming through right in the center for filet. Desita starts a run, and down the outside, Goodyear for Roses. Raina de Barreria has gone to the front, and now Desita is powering home. Is it too late? Raina de Barreria, only a length, and Desita right up the inside. Raina de Barreria, Desita the inside. Desita coming, but it's too late. Raina de Barreria from Desita.
9-2 second choice, Raina de Batteria holds off the favorite Desita by a nose for a 1-2 finish by Chad Brown trained runners. Julian Leperoux aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:46-4. Raina de Batteria gets her first victory since taking the Grade 3 Jessamine Stakes at 2 for 3 Chimneys Farm and trainer Graham Motion. A close third when Desita won the Grade 1 Diana Stakes. This was her first start in the colors of Lael Stables. The 4-year-old filly by Broken Vow was bred in Kentucky by Alexander, Groves, and Matz. Raina de Batteria has earned $520,000. The future graded stakes winner was consigned by Gainesway to the 2013 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by 3 Chimneys Farm, agent for Torrealba Holdings, for $435,000. Grade 2 Canadian Stakes winner Raina de Batteria, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Next from Woodbine, the Grade 1 Northern Dancer Turf Stakes. World Approval, the 5-2 favorite. Once again, here's Robert Geller.
World Approval heads into the backstretch in front. It is World Approval by a length up to second, the Pizza Man. Button Down is third on the inside, and they're clear by 2 lengths to Danish Dynaformer and Wake Forest. A couple away is Big Blue Kitten. Camp Creek is edging up on the outside, and the trailer remains Majid. That is the running order. There has been little shift to position. The Pizza Man is keeping tabs on World Approval. It's World Approval in front by a length. The Pizza Man second, Button Down third. A couple away, Danish Dynaformer. The half mile was very slow. On the inside, lying in fifth is Wake Forest. A length to Big Blue Kitten, Camp Creek. And still last is Majid. 7 lengths covers the field. And it is Julien Leparoux and has everything going his way here. World Approval as they head inside the 5/8, 2 in front. They're getting closer now. The Pizza Man edging up on the outside of Button Down. A couple away, Danish Dynaformer. Wake Forest is 5th on the inside. Camp Creek is accelerating, running on a bit now. And from the back, Majid is asked, and Big Blue Kitten's on the inside. They come inside the final 3.5, and World Approval by a length. The Pizza Man second, third Button Down, then Danish Dynaformer. Now looking for room, Wake Forest on the outside, Camp Creek, and then Majid, and Big Blue Kitten has a big task. They turn in the Northern Dancer, and World Approval in front. The Pizza Man within earshot. On the outside, Danish Dynaformer. Here's Wake Forest. Wake Forest exploding, and down the outside, Majid. World Approval in front. World Approval, the Pizza Man. Wake Forest, Majid, and Danish Dynaformer. Wake Forest is coming with the Pizza Man at World Approval. The Pizza Man, Wake Forest, and World Approval. The Pizza Man. The Pizza Man has won the Northern Dancer.
The Pizza Man takes the blanket finish by a neck over Wake Forest, who has a neck on favored World Approval for place. Flavien Prat aboard in 2:31 and 3. The 2015 Grade 1 Arlington Million and Grade 2 Hollywood Turf Cup hero snaps a 5-race losing streak. He was last seen finishing 6th in defense of his title in the Arlington Million. The 7-year-old gelding by English Channel was bred in Illinois by his owner, Midwest Thoroughbreds. The Pizza Man has a bankroll of $2,079,000. Roger Brueggemann trains the Marathon Turf Star. Coming up, a globe-trotting champion continues her winning streak.
The WinStar Farm Star Breeders of the Month are Andy and Susan Beednell. Andy and Susan are the breeders of Have You Gone Away? The New York bred daughter of Congrats had a stellar meet at Saratoga, winning both the Honorable Miss
And it is Have You Gone Away?
and the Grade 1 Ballerina, becoming the first Grade 1 winner for the Beednells and her trainer Tom Morley.
Have You Gone Away has won!
Thank you, Andy and Susan. You make the dream possible.
Old Colony provides the best coverage with the best service at the best rates, ensuring many of the finest farms and horses in the country at discounted rates for over 50 years. Let Old Colony provide insurance quotations from one of its nearly 20 different markets that will compete for your business. Old Colony Insurance, serving the horse industry with strength and stability at great rates for over 50 years. For more information, visit us online at oldcolonyinsurance.com.
Hey racing fans! With EmpireCityBets.com, you can now place wagers from the comfort of home on thoroughbred and harness tracks around the world. Empire City Bets is an advanced deposit wagering service that offers both internet and phone wagering. With EmpireCityBets.com, you get sign-up bonuses up to $300, weekly promotions, and daily rewards on most tracks, including an industry high of 8% on Yonkers races. You also enjoy live video and race replays, and with exclusive content from some of the best handicappers around, there's no other place you'll want to bet. Don't race to any other site, race to EmpireCityBets.com.
The pinnacle of bloodstock opportunity, where the sport's most influential bloodlines and participants from around the globe converge at the largest and most important breeding stock sale in the world. The Keeneland November Breeding Stock Sale. Offering Grade 1 winning fillies, stakes producing mares, outstanding weanlings, and featured dispersals. The Keeneland November Breeding Stock Sale begins Tuesday, November 8th.
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the 29th running of the Grade 1 Woodbine Mile. Champion Tepin, the 2-5 favorite against 7 male rivals. Here's the call by Robert Geller.
Racing in the GII Woodbine Mile, and Tepin won the break. She was the best into stride on the outside. Away sharply is Full Mast, and Glenville Gardens going for the lead. Right behind them is a Rod on the inside as Tepin now settles in fourth, about 2 or 3 off the pace. They're a length and a half to GIII. Passion for Action the outside. Tower of Texas second last. And the early trailer is Mr. Owen. That is the running order in the early stages. And they race inside the 6 furlongs with Glenville Gardens by a length. Full Mast is second. Lying third on the inside is a Rod. And Tepin having a beautiful trail in fourth is a length away. And another length away coming up on the inside is Tower of Texas and GIII the outside, tagging Tepin. 2 lengths away, Passion for Action as Mr. Owen comes up the rail. They race down towards the half mile, and showing out in front, Glenville Gardens. They kick off in the lead here. Glenville Gardens, Full Mast second, third a Rod. Tepin is travelling well on the outside, and she's called on now by Julien Leparoux to come after the top 2. Right behind them is Tower of Texas and GIII. A length and a half away, Mr. Owen's in the clear, and the trailer Passion for Action. They turn in the GII Woodbine Mile. Tepin comes up leisurely. Julien Leparoux looks around, joins Full Mast. Down the outside, GIII, the real running begins, trying to get a run as a Rod. Tepin trying to get clear here, fighting down the outside. Mr. Owen is running on. Tepin in front. They have a furlong to run, and she has turned them away. And she is going to make this her own personal playground. Tepin going on to win the GII Woodbine Mile.
Odds-on favorite Tepin holds off the late charge of 23-1 Tower of Texas by half a length. Regular jockey Julien Leparoux aboard in 134 flat. The 8th consecutive graded stakes victory for last year's Breeders' Cup Mile heroine, who is making her first start since also defeating males in the Group 1 Queen Anne Stakes at Royal Ascot. The 5-year-old mare by Bernstein was bred in Kentucky by Mockmer Hall and was a $140,000 Saratoga yearling. A half-sister to millionaire Vijack, this victory puts Tepin over $4 million in career earnings. The champion turf mare is trained by Mark Cassie. Julien Leparoux with the safe ride of the week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. We'll have 3-year-olds in the Grade 2 Pennsylvania Derby, the Grade 3 Oklahoma Derby, and the Grade 3 Los Alamitos Derby, along with 3-year-old fillies, including undefeated champion Songbird in the Grade 3 Cotillion Stakes, plus graded stakes action from Laurel Park and Woodbine, all next week here on Thoroughbred Week. For John Henderson, I'm Caton Bredar saying thanks for watching. Good luck at the races.
Thoroughbred Week has been presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Breeders' Cup Challenge Win in Your In Series, Claiborne Farm, Darby Dan Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Endeavor Farm, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Quillen Leather and Tack, Spendthrift Farm, Thoroughbred Owner Conference, and Windstar Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.